Welcome to the REIMAGINE Masterclass, where we are reimagining your vision, your self-image, and your calendar. Whatever you are imagining or reimagining or visioning has an impact on the neuroscience in your brain and your results. 98% of your thoughts, feelings, and actions are habitual and unconscious, run by your unconscious mind. So during today's session, we're going to learn all about the unconscious mind and why it's so important to have a vision and to continually reimagine so that we are consciously co-creating and living life by design instead of living life by default. Tomorrow, we're going to go through reimagining your self-image. Your self-image is your unconscious glass ceiling. In neurolinguistics programming, NLP, we love to work with the unconscious mind. I'm what they call an unconscious coach, where we help you get out of your own way. I bet you didn't even know you had an unconscious glass ceiling, a certain level where you unconsciously believe or have lied to yourself to tell yourself that is all that is possible for you. And tomorrow we are going to reimagine that self-image and smash that glass ceiling so you can reimagine yourself and the best version of you and step into it. On day 3, we are reimagining your calendar. Now, I know that might not sound super sexy or exciting, but the truth is, whatever is in your calendar, you're trading your life for. And in the words of Bob Proctor, I hope it's worth you. And so I want you to pause. Let's just take a pause. A lot of us are running unconsciously, on the go all the time, just moving to the next thing, saying yes to things, maybe not consciously co-creating or living so intentionally. For many of us, we're doing what we think we're supposed to be doing, or what we were taught to do. And it's time for us to do what we want to do, what lights us up, what leaves us happy and fulfilled. So all you conscious entrepreneurs out there, I know you have a gift. And so through this masterclass, I want to help you lean into that gift and be able to share that gift and grow your business. And the magic all starts with the unconscious mind. And sometimes it requires us to slow down, to speed up. And this is the working smarter, not harder. And so instead of just going, for this masterclass, we're going to do 3 simple journaling exercises to help you reimagine, to slow down for a moment, to consciously co-create and live life by design instead of by default. And so let's dive into what is the unconscious mind and today's session and workbook. But before we do that, let's do a little housekeeping. If you haven't registered, you want to do that now, go to ownitempire.com/reimagine and get yourself registered so you can access the replays, get the bonuses, and access the workbook. The workbook is a simple journaling workbook for you to do the exercise each day. Now you can simply just listen, and I guarantee, well, if you do the do and listen, you will get some results. Your focus will start to change. Your thoughts will start to change. Your energy will start to change. If you actually take the time to do the work in the workbook and do the masterclass the way it's meant to be done, you'll get even more amazing results. These are exercises I've been doing with clients for years, and they work every time as long as you do it and you do it in the right energy with the right mindset. And so we have some rules through our Reimagine Masterclass for the next 3 days. And we're going to start for today. Just for today, we're only allowed to be in a state of possibility and positivity. You're not allowed to think negative thoughts. If you catch them, observe them and let them go and go back to focusing on what you prefer. Where your energy goes, everything grows. And so we'll talk about that and the reticular activation system and setting intentions and the importance of the vision today. But I just want you to know that as we go through this masterclass, I want you to commit to being in possibility and positivity. In neurolinguistics program, there's a saying, we're either on our victim story or we're on our hero's journey. And so we can't be complaining and blaming and in shame all the time and being gratitude and consciously co-creating at the same time. So there's the two sides of the coin. Things that are thoughts that are empowering and thoughts that are disempowering. And so for 3 days, it takes about 72 hours to completely shift your state to really start to see you consciously co-create and see things start to show up like this. So for the next 3 days, our goal is to get to 51% positive thoughts and feelings and actions and be in possibility. Expect magic and miracles. Expect things to work out for you. Harvest the good. Forget the rest. Get on your hero story. Get into an attitude of gratitude and begin to own your mind. So for 72 hours, we are on a mental diet. We are only going to fuel ourselves and our mind with things that make us feel good. That's right. Things that make us feel good. So if you catch yourself not feeling good, that's your cue to reach for a better feeling thought. So what better feeling thought could you reach for? And the simple statement is, I would prefer, and then fill in the blank. So observe the negative and then decide what you would prefer. And let's get into possibility and positivity. And let's change our state and our point of attraction and become conscious co-creators. So excited for these 3 days with you guys. Now, if you don't get a chance to join every single session, that's okay. This masterclass is designed that each day is an individual exercise. And even if you did 1 out of the 3 sessions, it will start to shift things for you in that unconscious mind, your point of attraction and your focus. So what is the unconscious mind? Well, you have a conscious and an unconscious mind. And your unconscious mind runs the show. All this information is coming in, and we can't imagine yourself kind of like a computer system. It can't compute all that information consciously. They actually say it's over 11 million bits of information per second. And so what you're going to do now is to start to change the filters of that unconscious mind through this workshop. So all this information is coming in. You can only consciously compute about 100 bits of information per second, yet you're bringing in 11 million. So that rest of that information goes unconsciously through filters in what is called your reticular activation system, or your RA. Sounds fancy, but I just want you to imagine it looking like filters. So there's information coming in, there's what you get from the information, but first it goes through these filters. And so it gets deleted if it's not important. If your focus is not there, you will have things in your life that your brain cancels and says, not even important, delete. It gets distorted. So did you know that half of your memories are falsified? Because you distorted it based on your belief system. And then so it gets deleted, distorted, and then generalized. So the information coming in gets generalized, again, based on your computing system and your filters and your programming. So where does this programming come from? Well, before the age of 7, you're almost a blank slate. So you come into this beautiful world with an opportunity to bring whatever it is that you desire, this beautiful blank slate that sees no difference between you and anybody else. You were born with unity consciousness. If somebody else is hurting, you feel that. So before the age of 3, we are almost 100% unity consciousness. We do not see separation amongst ourselves and others. And so when your parents are fighting, you unconsciously think it's your fault or there's something wrong with you. So imagine all the things going on in your environment before the age of 7. And maybe even take a moment. Think back, what did your childhood look like? Around money, relationships, owning a business, your health, all of these things, all of these areas of your life start to give you computer programming. So well-meaning society, teachers, parents, culture, all of these things begin to shape you and your programming. That's why someone on one side of the world can speak one language and somebody on the other side speaks another language. That's why someone on one side of the world or your neighbor believes in one thing and you believe in something else. It's because of the conditioning that you were given. So now before the age of 7, you now start to build your own computer programming. Think of it as those filters that all that information that is coming in is going to go through. And then from the age of 7 to 14, you begin to go out and test that in the world. You start to begin to truly build your own model of the world. And then that begins to turn into your personality and your behavior. And people are not their behavior. That's simply their conditioning. There is possibility for change, transformation, and growth. So we don't have to be who we were conditioned to be. We don't have to only be, do, and have what we were told before we were 7. It is time for you to begin to reimagine. And for many of you, you've built your business, your life around this previous conditioning. And I want us to begin to start to open up the doors of possibility, to begin to reimagine things for ourselves so we can start to put new information into the unconscious mind, to begin to have it focus on what we desire and to work for us. Now, earlier I said up to 98% of what you do and your results and who you're being is via conditioning and unconscious. That means we do it habitually over and over again, and we're not really even aware of it. That's why meditation, yoga, things that help you practice being in the present and bring you back to consciousness is so powerful. So the number one thing I want you to get from today's session is that you do have a conscious and an unconscious mind. And your unconscious mind is running the show. And it's time to start to change the focus of where that unconscious mind is and reimagine new results for ourselves. Back in the day, people got a job, they worked there until they're, 40 years, and then they retired and that was it. Now, I want you to know that you can reimagine yourself and your life at any time. Louise Hay was in her 70s when she started her publishing company. And do you know what? She passed away in 2017, and that publishing company is still growing today. Bob Proctor was 86 when he launched his own masterclass and passed away a year or so after that. And his company is still going on today. There are tens of thousands of consultants in his company all over the globe. He continually reimagined his life. He thought he would be a firefighter, and that was a really good job. And then he got a mentor who taught him what I'm teaching you today. And he began to reimagine a new possibility for himself and his life. And so he opened up a cleaning company. And when he built that cleaning company, he got an opportunity to go and work with another mentor. And he gave that up to take a pay cut, to learn this information, to get mentored. And then he ended up teaching it all over the world and building a global company and being one of the world's top leading human potential and performance coaches. And that was because he continually reimagined his life and his business. We believe that it's every 2 to 3 years that we really shift if you are doing the work. And so you may find that your business is no longer in alignment. And it's okay. You can reimagine it. And we always start with the end in mind, the vision. And so that's why today's session is all about reimagining your vision. And so we're going to start with a simple exercise about intention setting. And we're going to talk about the power of intentions. So I'm going to ask you, if you're following along, you can think about this, you can write it down, you register, get the workbook, and follow along. Remember, I said, even if you think about it, some magic can happen. But if you take pen to paper and you begin to actually do the do and slow down so you can speed up, you will get even better results. So I'd like to ask you, if you're going to put time and energy into showing up for this masterclass today and other days, what would you like to gain from it? This is beginning to set our intentions. So we talked about our reticular activation system, and we'll just call it the RA. And so we talked about that. And wherever we are focusing our energy, it filters for us. So if we're focused on negativity, it will begin to filter the negative things. If we focus on positivity, it will start to filter those for you. So in my human potential and performance class, we did this exercise, and many of you may know it. I've showed it many times through my master classes over the years, and it's the awareness test. So there's two teams, the team in white shirts and black shirts, and they're playing basketball, and you're told to count the passes the one team does. So we're sitting in class, we're sitting in a lecture hall, and my teacher asks us to count the passes, and then pauses the video and asks everyone. So people are shouting 11, 10, 12, 13 passes. And he goes, okay, great. And then he unpauses the video, and then they go, but did you see the moonwalking bear? There was somebody in a bear costume moonwalking through the basketball game. And you can look this up on YouTube. And because I've told you, you will see it now. But I promise you, if you didn't know, you wouldn't see it if you weren't looking for it. And so no one in the class saw the moonwalking bear because nobody was looking for the bear. We were focused on the passes. And so they rewind and replay the video. And now we can all see this full-size human in a giant bear costume moonwalking through the basketball game. The truth is, it was there the entire time. And it's not where our attention was. And so thus, our RA deleted it because it wasn't important and it wasn't where our focus was. So I would like to ask you, where may your unconscious mind be deleting information that could really help you because your focus is on the wrong things? Your thoughts are disempowering instead of empowering. And so for this masterclass, I'd like you to set intentions. And I'd like you to start to do this for all the things that you do. What an incredible exercise to go into something with expectancy and an intention so that your brain can begin to work for you and instead of against you. And so what would you like to gain from this masterclass? And I'd like to ask you, what would make the biggest difference for you right now? So pause. And really, really, really think. That's right. I'm asking you to slow down. What is it that would make the biggest difference for you? I want you to write down one thing that you want the most right now, and then one personal and one in business. Or you can write whatever it is that you desire. Well, what would make the biggest difference for you right now? And let's start to set intentions and have our focus be on what it is that we prefer and desire so that our unconscious mind can begin to work for us. And so take a moment and really, really think about it. So our next exercise is to create what we call a future diary. So every single person that is successful were pulled forward by a vision that they reimagined and expanded and added to as they grew and evolved over and over again. And so now what we're going to do is begin to focus our energy on the future state, on the vision. Neville Goddard would say, enter this, or you have to practice getting into the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Entering the spirit of it is what Thomas Gerard would call it. And Dr. Joe Dispenza would call it getting into the feeling of your future. And if we want to get into the feeling of the future and start to have our focus be on what that future is that we truly desire, that we've reimagined instead of the one that we've been conditioned to imagine, everything will start to shift for us. Our focus changes, our energy changes, our neural pathways start to wire differently. The neurons that fire together wire together. So have we been using a certain part of our brain to be on those disempowering thoughts? Maybe it's time to strengthen the empowering ones, get into that state of possibility, get that vision strong. All successful people are pulled forward by a vision and start with the end in mind. When we create from where we are, we get more of the same. And so it's time, because the brain would be focused on where we are. So you'd have the same thoughts, the same feelings, take the same actions and the same energy, get the same results, think about those results in the same way, have the same feelings, thoughts, and actions. So now we're all stuck in this unconscious loop of getting the same results over and over again. It changes slightly, but not much. And so do you want to shift? Do you want new results? Do you want a new feeling? Do you want to get into that state of possibility? Do you want to begin to reimagine a life that in business that leaves you happy and fulfilled? Reimagine a new version of you that steps into that feeling of the wish fulfilled, where everything does work out for you. You expect magic and miracles, and you receive them easily and effortlessly. It all starts with that vision and starting with the end in mind and putting your order into the universe and setting those intentions. Because if you don't ask for it, you can't receive it. And so in this exercise, we're working on the power of a vision. So we are where we are, and that's amazing. And you got yourself here. Congratulations. Everything that you've been through, you've done, you've accomplished, it's all perfect. Exactly as it's meant to be. You are exactly where you're meant to be to get to where you want to go. First, we must now reimagine, where is it that you want to go? So your future diary is a journaling exercise where we write down what our vision is for our life and our business. And you're going to begin to desire your fullest expression. And you're going to write down not only what you want, you're going to write down why you want it. Now, this is very important because the why is the emotion. It is the language of the unconscious mind. It's one thing to write it, and it's another thing to feel it. We could get into the quantum physics of feeling and the neuroscience behind it. We'll just leave it there for today, and we'll talk about it more tomorrow on the self-image lesson. Just know that the feeling is the secret. And that's actually a really great book if you want to check it out. So the feeling is the secret. So it's one thing for you to desire it, but then what most people do is they maybe do this exercise. Maybe they even write a goal. Maybe they have goals. And what they do is they start to think about the goal from the state of seeking it, from lack. Like, where is it? Why aren't you here yet? I've worked so hard. Am I worthy enough? And we start to think about the goal from a negative perspective, from lack, from worry, fear, doubt. And instead, it's time to start writing and desiring and then entering the spirit of it and practicing getting into the feeling of that future. So if you want to be a billionaire, how would that feel different? And why is that important to you than what you have now? If you want to have a family and you don't have one, why? And why is that important to you? And what would that feel like? Maybe you want to grow an empire. Maybe you are just launching a business. Maybe you have a 6-figure business and you want to take it to 7. Maybe you have a 7-figure business and you want to take it to 8. Wherever you are, as you begin to reimagine it, we want to reimagine it and get into the feeling of the goal achieved and start practicing what that future feels like right now. So as you begin to do this journaling exercise, you are going to write out, what is that future diary? What do you want your legacy to be? What's your vision for your life? And if you would like to take it to the next step, I would like you to actually write out where you would like to be a year from now. That will allow you to reverse engineer your goal, to build a plan to put in place. And that is something that we teach inside our Success Principles Society. And next week, it is a bonus for everybody in our that is working in Own It Empire as clients who are going to be getting the Quantum Leap Blueprint Masterclass as a bonus. So this exercise here right now is going to begin to open up a whole new world for you. And if you're ready to take it to the next step, then you want to come and join us inside Success Principles Society, where we're going to take that next step, take this vision, and build your own Quantum Leap Blueprint. So a year from now, you can need a telescope to look back. But it all starts with a vision. So what does manifesting and goal creation actually look like? We first generate a new idea. That's what you're doing here. Then you have to choose to own the thoughts of possibility and positivity, because we win or lose in the mind first. So are you thinking those empowering or disempowering thoughts? The next is we need to put a plan into place, and that's exactly what your Quantum Leap Blueprint is. And then we actually have to take action. I know we want to let go and let God, and we trust in God, and we trust in the process, and we know that everything is working out for us. Yet we must be in action. And sometimes the actions that we take don't even breed the results, but because we're in the energy and the actions, the better way comes and shows up for us. So it's first generate the new ideas. That's what we're doing here today. Then you're going to own those thoughts. Then you're going to build a plan. You're going to get into action, and you're going to build your belief in yourself and that possibility. That the first step is to implant that new idea so we can begin to change the thought cycle. So our future diary exercises, first, I just want you to imagine. I talked about Bob Proctor. I talked about Louise Hay. What is that future legacy you would like to leave? In my positive psychology class in university, we did an exercise where we actually had to write our own eulogy. So I'm not asking you to write your own eulogy, but I am asking you to pause and think about what your legacy is that you're leaving behind you. Now, every single interaction that you have, that's leaving your legacy, positively, negatively, whatever that interaction is. So keep that in mind every single day. But if we're thinking big picture, what's that legacy? And why is that important to you? Remember, the why is essential. This is going to be your North Star, your guiding light to tell you, am I moving towards that goal or am I not? Are these thoughts leading me towards that or are they not? Are these actions, are these people, are these environment? This is kind of going to be a new filter for you to decide, are we moving in the right direction? And that vision is going to be your guiding light. But first, you have to know what you want. And so I want you to begin to think about that legacy. And then the bonus future diary is to write out where you will be a year from now. And then, of course, we invite you to come and join us inside Success Principles Society to work on that Quantum Leap Blueprint with us, where we have a bonus masterclass for clients only next week to work on that. Now, we do goal plan, do review that every quarter because we're always reimagining, and we're making sure that we're doing what is working and not keep doing what isn't working and filling our calendar with things that don't work. And we'll talk more about that in that plan part on day 3 when we are reimagining your calendar. So your homework from this is to begin to start to think about that legacy, to stay in possibility and positivity, to practice being on your hero's journey, to write that future diary. What's that legacy? Where do you want to be a year from now? And just allow yourself to reimagine. Just for today, what if everything worked out? Just for today, expect magic and miracles and imagine what's the best that could happen. And the last part of our workbook that I would like you guys to do is we have a short time left this year. What is it that you would really like to accomplish before this year is over? Top 3 things. And then you can write down your top 3 desires for next year. And there's even a goal card in the workbook for you. When you have a goal card and a visualization of that goal achieved, every time you touch that goal card, the picture of your goal achieved comes onto your mind. And your mind thinks in pictures and it comes to pass. Your environment is but your looking glass to tell you where your thoughts have been previously. So let's begin to have more of our thoughts on that goal achieved and practice being in the feeling of that future self. And let's get on that hero's journey and have that mental diet and begin to shift our state over the next couple of days so that our brain and the universe can begin to work with us and for us instead of against us. And so that we can be conscious co-creators and live life by design instead of by default. And so I dare you to take your time and go through this. If you are ready and you want to move into the next steps and you would like to keep this momentum going, I would like to invite you to come and join us inside Success Principles Society. Success Principles Society is something that I have created and has evolved over the last 3 years. I'm so excited to bring this brand new version to you guys, and it is amazing. So in Success Principles Society, we work on you and not just your business. This is a self-mastery course and program for conscious entrepreneurs. It has a self-study course as well as weekly live calls. We have masterminds, co-working sessions, strategic co-working sessions, and we get together every week and we support one another. We get into that state of possibility. We mastermind with each other. We get into action in our co-working sessions. We make commitments to ourselves at the end of our mastermind. And people start to see the momentum pick up. They start to keep their promises to themselves. They start getting new results. They start hanging around with other people who are playing to win instead of playing not to lose. It's an incredible community and an environment that help people get out of their own way. Get into a community and environment that is going to only add value and never take away, where we focus on ourselves and we do the unconscious work and the slowing down to do the planning and conscious co-creating so that we can create results that we love and build our dream business around our dream life. The truth is, no successful person did it alone. They had the right community, they had the right mentorship, and they bet on themselves and invested in themselves. So one of the best things you could ever do is invest in yourself. And guys, this is a no-brainer. This is now a monthly subscription for only $113 a month. That's it. Skip a couple Uber Eats or skip a couple Starbucks runs, and there you go. It's paid for every single month, and it's a reallocation of reinvesting into yourself so you can reimagine your life, become a conscious co-creator, be surrounded by the most amazing community, have accountability, have mentorship, and begin to truly create a life you love. And we have special bonuses. If you would like to join us and pay in full for the year, you're going to save 30%. Now, every single person that joins gets a kickoff call with me. That's a value of $400 alone. So every single person who joins on the monthly subscription gets a 60-minute kickoff call with me where we will help you reimagine that vision, create clarity, and pick up momentum. When you're joining and paying in full for the year, you're not only saving 30%, you're going to get a 90-minute kickoff call with me where it gives us more time to dive a little bit deeper about what's standing in your way and create more of a plan to get you unstuck and get you into momentum. And I'm so excited to offer this in this way to you guys for the first time ever. Many of you have studied in success principles over the years, and it has evolved in so many different ways. And I'm so, so, so happy with our community. We have break calls every week. We're having so much fun. People are getting results. They are taking quantum leaps. They are actually keeping those promises to themselves. I love when we show up and we do our check-ins and our accountability and mastermind. And sometimes we are our own worst critic. And we look at what we've accomplished, what we set out to do. And so many people realize, I've already done all those things. Wait a second, I've been so mean to myself, but I'm actually in momentum and look at me rocking it. And that is because we do it together with community, accountability, mentorship, mindset work, and energy work. And I'm so excited to be able to work with you guys. And I would love to bring you into Success Principle Society. So now is your time. Now is absolutely your time to come and join us. And so I'd like to invite you to come and join us inside Success Principle Society. It is now is the time. So many people will say, oh, I'll do it later. Later might sound like a good idea. That's where ideas go to die inside of us. That's where our dreams end up staying a someday. So for so many of us, we'll do it tomorrow. It'll be another time. I want you to do it now. Let's take a look at this together. No more waiting, no more someday, no more I'll think about it. I want you to get into inspired action and I want you to jump in today. And why is that so important? Is because each day you let your dreams sit inside of you, the more they start to die. Each day you keep writing that victim story or you keep entertaining those disempowering thoughts. You are rewiring your brain in a way that's not in your highest good, and you are not going to build that energy to get yourself to where you want to go. So now is the time. No more someday, no more dreams going to die inside of us. It's a now. So come and join us inside Success Principle Society. It's only $113 per month on a monthly subscription. Cancel anytime with a 30-day notice. Your course that you're going to get to self-study is on your vision, your goal, your mind, your self-image, your high-performance habits, and your holistic health and wellness. These are our 6 core self-mastery lessons that all of our clients study. They come with downloadable workbooks and recordings. You get access to our VIP community, and we have our incredible accountability WhatsApp chat and accountability form from our masterminds. We have 2 mastermind calls per month. And we have a monthly co-working session where we take action on our commitments from our mastermind. And we have a monthly strategic co-working session where I bring an activity for you guys to work on. Right now, we're working on our social media power hours. And we also get VIP community we do this with our whole VIP community to get into action. Plus, we also have quarterly events. We just recently had a great guest speaker. We did so many great things so far. We've done breath work. We've worked on finances. We've worked on self-image. We've worked on, we've had a stylist come in. You get access to all those replays. This is going to be for you guys. The bonus is a 60-minute kickoff call. That's the value of $400. And again, if you know you want to be in a community of people playing to win and you're ready and you want to do it now, then you can jump in and you can sign up for the entire next 12 months and save 30%. Plus, get a 90-minute kickoff call. And so you're going to get a call that's a value of $600 with me. You're going to save over $400. Guys, that's over $1,000 in bonuses. And you're only going to pay $949 for a year access inside Success Principle Society. I'm so excited to be working with you guys. It's time to jump in. I would love to invite you. And I just wanted to share a little bit with you guys because I bet you didn't know that I probably was where you were at one time. We all have our own stories. I used to work 7 days a week, 18-hour days, 3 businesses, 3 contracts. It was wild. I had no more time to trade for money. I was exhausted, I was burnt out, and I was falling out of love with my current business. And then I paused and I reimagined. And where I am today was once a dream and a goal. It was once a future diary. And so that is possible for you as well. So I dare you to bet on you, invest in you, do the work in the workshop, come and join us in Success Principle Society so that you can get the bonus Quantum Leap Blueprint Masterclass with us next week. And that's for paid clients only. And I'm super excited for that. And if you are ready to keep having more fun, we are back each day this week. So Thursday and Friday, and tomorrow we're working on reimagining your self-image so you can stop being your own glass ceiling. And on Friday, we are reimagining our calendars because whatever is in your calendar, you are trading your life for. So I hope it's worth you. So we'll see you at our next session, and we'll see you inside Success Principle Society. Have a beautiful and blissful day. Expect magic and miracles. And remember, what's the best that can happen? If you have any questions at all, simply email me at info@ownitempire.com. I'm here to answer your questions. We can hop on a quick call. I would love to be able to support you, whether it's in the workshop or you have questions about Success Principle Society. Let's get those questions answered. Let's get that momentum going, because whatever you do in this quarter right now, the results show up 90 days from now. So if you want to own 2026 and kick it off with momentum, it starts now. So we'll see you guys inside Success Principle Society, and we'll see you back tomorrow. Expect magic and miracles. Thank you.